24th of February 2030. Close your eyes and balance the whole body and mind. We must try to use our mind and body without grasping as our own. We must try to be able to use only without the idea of someone or something. We must accept the truth. There is no I, no you, not something, not someone, just to use only, to experience only. We must also try to follow that right understanding. When we use our mind and body, must not grasp to the mind and body. Grasping use is our nature. We used to grasp to everything, everyone, every time and place. The truth is to use only, not to grasp as something or someone, time or place, just to use only. Practicing meditation is also to do only. Must not grasp to doing and not doing. Grasping to the action of doing and not doing is wrong. Grasping to the time and place are also wrong. All the created truths are to use only, to experience only, to do only, to know only. We ourselves are just created truth. We are using the created truth all the time. What we must do is to be able to use only, to do only, without the idea of something or someone. We are always breathing in and breathing out. That's why there is always touchness caused by breathing in and breathing out. We must try to notice the pleasant touchness. When we practice to notice the touchness, we must relax our mind and body. Just be mindful to the pleasant touchness caused by breathing. Trying to be practicing only, doing only, without attachment to the action. We need to be mindful to the pleasant happening of touchness in order to understand the impermanent nature. Let your mind to know only the pleasant happening inside our body. By doing so, control your mind not to do other actions. Meditation is mind's work. We must try to use our mind in the right way. Whatever we do, we must try to be doing only, without attachment to the action. If we are doing with attachment, there will also be attachment to the effect. We must try not to affect our mind by whatever appears. If we are able to use our mind in the right way, using only, we will also be able to be experiencing only whatever appears. We are always using physical, oral and mental action without right understanding. If there is wrong understanding, there will be attachment. Attachment to the mind, attachment to the body, attachment to all physical, oral and mental action. It is because of wrong understanding. The truth is, the truth of all the created truth is not something, not someone. Not to think as real, just to use only, to do only, to know only, to experience only. Because of wrong understanding, we think mind and body as something or someone. In this way, we are using the created truth with the misunderstanding of I, unless our mind and body trying to be doing only. Whatever you do, you must try to be doing only. If you do with attachment, it will never end. If we can do with detachment to all our physical, oral and mental action, we can understand what is right and what is wrong. If there is detachment, there will be right understanding. If there is attachment, there will be wrong understanding. We must try to abandon all physical, oral and mental action. To be able to do so, we have to do incapable good deeds. By doing good deeds, we can abandon our habitual action. If we are doing good deeds all the time, we will be able to abandon all our unnecessary action. Doing good deeds is using our mind and body usefully. If we are doing what we want to do, we are wasting our time, we are wasting time and life. It may be easy or difficult, but don't think about the situation. All the situations are to experience only. We must try to meditate in any time, in any situation, anywhere, trying to know the pleasant happening which is happening inside our body. We must try to be doing only. Don't let your mind to think about business, to think about your family. Don't let your mind to think about your health. Just use your mind to understand the pleasant happening with right understanding. We must try to be using only, doing only, experiencing only, knowing only. Usually we are doing with attachment, using with attachment, experiencing with attachment and knowing with attachment. We used to take care of our mind and body. We used to take care of what we do. We used to take care of what's happened to us. We used to take care of what we know. It is because of wrong understanding. We misunderstand mind and body as real, doing and not doing as real, happening and not happening as real, knowing and not knowing as real. It is because of wrong understanding. The truth is just ever new impermanent nature, not someone, not something. To use only, to do only, to experience only, to know only. Whatever we do, we must practice to do with right understanding. Thinking about ourselves is wrong. Thinking about time and place is also wrong. Thinking about whatever happens is also wrong. Just think about the truth, to use only, to do only, to experience only. In this way we are correcting the mental mistake. Teaching is over now. Any question? Both abandoning and centering are mental action. All physical, oral and mental action must abandon. It is because if we cannot abandon thinking, whenever we think there will be attachment. If you can abandon thinking habit, there will be no attachment concerned with thinking. Without attachment, you will be able to be thinking only. All mental actions are necessary to abandon. Doing or not doing is not important. Thinking or not thinking is not important. But the aim of abandoning is to be free from attachment. If we cannot stop speaking, we need to stop speaking. It is because of to be free from attachment concerned with speaking. If there is no attachment, we will be able to speak in the right way. With attachment, we cannot understand what we say is right or wrong. Without attachment, we can understand it is right, it is wrong. In this way, we will be controlled not to make mistake. In doing our body, we never try not to stop our action. That's why there is always attachment. Whatever we do, whenever we use our body, there is attachment. That's why it is necessary to abandon all our physical action. Centering is also mental action. We must pay attention to abandon. We must center to abandoning. Besides, we also need to abandon centering to abandon our centering of mental action. We used to pay attention to meditation practice. In this way, we can meditate more and more. Besides, we must also try our mental action of centering to the meditation practice. In this way, there will be no attachment. We are always making action. We never think to stop action. That's why it is necessary to abandon all action to be free from wrong understanding and attachment. We have no idea to abandon what we own and no idea to abandon what we do. That is because of wrong understanding. If there is right understanding, everything and everyone to use only. To be able to use only, we need to abandon what we own. We need to abandon our life, which means we must use our life for everyone, not only for ourselves. The aim of doing like this is to be able to abandon our life. Donation is also to be able to abandon everything. If we think ourselves as real, what we own as real, it is difficult to abandon. That's why to be able to abandon everything, we need to use right understanding. To use only. Using only is not only for ourselves, for everyone. Life is not for one, but for all. Materials are also not for one, for everyone. We must try to use in the right way, not for oneself, not for one family. With this right understanding, you must correct our action. Working for ourselves is because of wrong understanding. There is wrong action. We must use right understanding and we must try to correct our action. Not working for ourselves, not thinking for ourselves, not saying for ourselves. When you meditate in the right way, you will understand like this. That's why if you cannot accept that idea, your effort of meditation cannot be successful. That's why right understanding is important. Whatever you do, to be enlightened, you must have enough intelligence to understand about created truth and original truth. If you do not understand, you must try to understand the truth. To be able to accept the right understanding, you must have courage to abandon your wrong understanding. All understanding are to use only, not to grasp. But usually because of attachment, we used to grasp what we understand. That's why it is difficult to accept, to use right understanding. Because we are misusing our intelligence, misusing the created truth. We make mistake. That's why we need to correct our mistake. You say mistake, that's why you must correct in right saying. So also, we make mental mistake. We think wrong understanding as right understanding. That's why we must try to abandon wrong understanding. If we are not using wrong understanding, it is easy to accept right understanding. Now you have understanding about the truth. Now most of the people have understanding about the truth, but that understanding is wrong. That's why you cannot understand about right understanding. What you must do is to abandon our own understanding. There will be understanding in us, but understanding is not the problem. Grasping use is problem. We are grasping what we understand. We are grasping our intelligence, our life. The grasping is wrong. We think what is right, what is wrong, who is right, who is wrong. That is wrong understanding. We must, if there is grasping, there is wrong. If there is no grasping, doing only is right. If there is grasping to this method and that method, it is wrong. Using only is right. Without grasping to the method, without grasping to practicing and not practicing, it is right. You are in the right way. That's why right and wrong concern with grasping and not grasping. Right understanding is also not to grasp, just to use only. You must use right understanding without grasping. You must not compare with, if you think about my teaching and other teaching, it is wrong, there is grasping. Just trying to be able to use only, not to grasp, just to use only. Everything, good or bad, young or old, all are to use only, not to grasp as this is old, this is young, this is right, this is wrong. That is wrong understanding. That is mental mistake. Meditation is trying our mental action to be right, not to make mistake. Understanding like this is correcting our mental mistake. If there is no mistake, in our mental action, it is not difficult to understand about the original truth. We are using the created truth, but with wrong understanding. That's why whatever we do, there is wrong action. We must be right understanding, right action, right effort, right mindfulness. In this way, we can understand impermanent nature and permanent nature. If you If you can abandon everything and everyone and all action, if it is not difficult to understand the truth, your mind will be free from attachment, and if there is no attachment, there will be right understanding. We need to keep precept also. We need to make donation also. We need to meditate also. We need to be able to do all good deeds. Doing good deeds, the aim of doing good deeds is to change our physical, oral and mental action. We cannot stop doing action. That's why we need to change to the side of donation, keeping precept, learning about Buddha teaching, meditation, from wrong action to right action. Besides, we must also try to abandon all action. We must understand all action must abandon. Because of wrong understanding, we are always thinking to do everything, to do all the time, to do something, not to abandon, but to do only. We are always doing karma. That's why, because with wrong understanding, there is karma. If there is right understanding, no karma, just action only. Karma means there is avijja, sankhara, tanha, upadana, kama. It is karma because of wrong understanding, avijja. If there is wrong understanding, there will be karma. It will never end. If there is right understanding, vijja, there will be wisdom, not karma, just doing only. All my teaching intend to solve the weakness of the meditator. My teaching is not solving the problems of the meditator. And also, it can solve the problems of society. Doing good deeds is not difficult, but it is difficult not to make mistake when you do good deeds. That's why my teaching, the aim of my teaching is to overcome the mistake, not to make mistake when you do good deeds. If you do by yourself, it is difficult to know your mistake. There are a lot of meditators, but they don't know what is wrong in their practice. That's why their practice never ends. I also face with this difficulty when I meditate. That's why I'm trying to overcome the situation. Normal practicing is not enough to overcome the mistake. That's why you must do good deeds, but you must do more. You must understand more than other yogis. Please say again.
So you mentioned the karma is not good things. If there is no karma, and this is that we put to the nirvana, the enlightenment, like a Buddha, through the right understanding. And gentlemen, ask your question about karma.
Yes.
And then through the right understanding, there will be no karma.
Yes.
That you mentioned.
Yes.
That meaning is through the right understanding, we reach to the enlightenment or nirvana, like a Buddha.
Yes.
So, if we make a mistake or if we are born as a human being, our karma is never ending.
Yes.
Sometimes it's very difficult to do right understanding or wrong understanding. Sometimes that we believe the wrong understanding is right understanding. How can we distinguish this is wrong understand.
You cannot understand bind yourself to right understanding. That's why you have to listen to Buddha teaching. You have to learn Buddha teaching. Without the help of Buddha, our understanding will always be wrong understanding. Because whatever we know, there's knowing with I, with the idea of the misunderstanding of I is always concerning with our knowing. That's why it is wrong understanding. There's attachment to the truth. There's attachment to the right and wrong. It is because of wrong understanding. Our intelligence is not, we believe our intelligence. It is also wrong understanding. We used to believe our own intelligence. It is attachment. Attachment, there's misunderstanding of something or someone. We believe our intelligence, we believe what we think is right, what we think is wrong, we believe it is right, it is wrong. It is because of wrong understanding.
If everything I know, this is wrong understanding, how can I live in this world? Everything. What I believe, everything, this is wrong. What I study, what I believe, this wrong understanding. How can I live the rest of my life? No confidence, no understanding, no belief.
You must believe in right understanding. Right understanding is understanding. Wrong understanding is wrong understanding is right understanding. The only thing we must rely on is right understanding. Understanding only, not something, not someone. The wisdom only. The escape, the only escape is to love right understanding, not to love yourself, not to love something, just to love right understanding. Yes. You cannot understand like this. That's why, because you are using wrong understanding. If there is no wrong understanding, you can understand this truth. No one, nothing. Only understanding like this is what we must rely on. We must try not to lose right understanding. We must protect right understanding. In this way, it is right action. In this way, there will be no problem in your mind. Now there's problem in your mind. That's why you have to learn meditation. If there's no problem, nothing to do.
Through the meditation, I'm going to get to know this is right understanding and wrong understanding.
Yes.
So for a long time that I had confidence in my life, I should abandon.
Yes, yes. Not to think about yourself. Just think about right understanding. You can use your life, but not to rely on yourself, not to rely on your ability, not to rely on your intelligence, which means to detach to your intelligence, to your ability, to your life. That if you can detach, there will be enlightenment. If you cannot detach, there will be attachment and there will be wrong understanding. The real problem is wrong understanding. You don't know that problem because of attachment. Attachment to yourself, to other people, to your intelligence, to your work. That's why if you can abandon attachment, you can you can understand right understanding and wrong understanding very clearly.
Does it mean that when we come to a certain state, when we come to the right understanding, there is actually no right and wrong? There is no right and wrong in every matter in this whole samsara, right?
There is right and wrong if you see from created truth. If you see from original truth, nothing to say about the created truth. Because of we see only from created truth. That's why we are misusing the created truth. The created truth is to use only, not to grasp, not to think as something, someone. We can understand with the idea of someone. That's why all our understanding is wrong. To understand the original truth, you need to understand like this. If you don't interest about the original truth, no need to understand like this. Now we are trying to find the truth. That's why, especially our mental action must be right. If your understanding is wrong, your mental action is wrong. Physical, oral, and compared with physical and oral action, mental action is the most important. If we cannot correct mental mistake, there will still be wrong understanding. If we can correct mental mistake, if there is no mental mistake, there will be the enlightenment will appear, which can understand right understanding and wrong understanding, original truth and created truth. That's why seeing from the enlightenment is perfect. No need to say about no attachment to the created truth. That's why right is also not true, wrong is also not true, life is also not true, death is also not true. The enlightenment is perfect. Our intelligence is not perfect. Our intelligence cannot understand like this. That's why we need to be enlightened. Compared with original truth, created truth is not real anymore. Because of not understanding the original truth, we misunderstand created truth as real, as original truth. That's why our mind, we have to suffer because of wrong understanding. If there is right understanding, no need to suffer. If we think about someone, our mental action is wrong, but we rarely notice that mistake. If we think about something also, our mental action is wrong. It is because of wrong understanding. If there is no wrong understanding, no need to think about someone, no need to think about something. In this way, mind will be free and peaceful by itself. Because of wrong understanding, our mind is very busy. Our mind is making unnecessary action. Because wrong understanding is controlling our mind and body. That's why the idea of I is always, because of wrong understanding, is controlling. If there is no wrong understanding, there will be no idea of I or you, male or female, living beings or non-living beings. no idea. Only when you deal with Buddha and his teaching, there will be no wrong understanding. If we deal with other people, there will always be wrong understanding. Because everybody is using wrong understanding. That's why we have to stay away from other people who do not meditate. We used to stop our normal work. We must spend our time by doing more and more good deeds. In this way, you will be friendly with other, more friendly with Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. We are meditating, we are doing good deeds, the same action, and also be the same experience, but if there is wrong understanding, there will be attachment. If there is right understanding, there will be no attachment. That's why right understanding is important. Instead of paying attention to the method, to the place, to the teacher, just pay attention to right understanding. Not to pay attention to yourself and to the teacher also. Just pay attention to right understanding. If you cannot understand like this, you must try to understand like this. In this way, your practice will also be successful. Some people have strong attachment to their own view. That's why when I teach like this, they cannot accept this is Buddha view. This is the view of Buddha. That's why he is not Buddha. That's why he cannot understand. He cannot use this right understanding. Some people deny because they don't want to lose their own view. We must copy not only to the physical and oral action, but also to the mental action of Buddha. The truth is Nama Yupa and Nama and Yupa. The truth is, but we misunderstand because we don't know the real Nama and Yupa. That's why we misunderstand. There is something, there is someone. That's why whatever we do, we think about ourselves. We think about the way. We think about the method. We think about the result. It is because of not knowing real Nama and Yupa, not knowing the impermanent nature. Because of the idea of someone or something appear, because of not knowing the impermanent nature and permanent nature. That's why when we must try to abandon thinking about ourselves, thinking about something. It is not to let misunderstanding, to stop misunderstanding, to remove misunderstanding. We need to stop our mental action. There's no one. That's why no need to think about ourselves. There's nothing. There's not someone. That's why no need to think about something. All action are also to experience only, not to think about is it right or is it wrong. If there is no attachment, you can understand what is right, what is wrong. Trying to find the truth by using our intelligence is not the right way. If you want to find what is right, what is wrong, how to do, what to do, what not to do, just just correct your mental action from wrong understanding to right understanding. If you rely on doing good deeds, if you rely on Dhamma, you can understand the real answer, the sure answer. If you think by yourself, you will get only uncertain answer. Saying about created truth, there is right and wrong, there is male and female, there is right way and wrong way, but you cannot. It is difficult to understand. With attachment, it is difficult to understand the right and wrong. That's why what you must do is to be free from attachment. Don't forget the truth, to do only, to use only, to know only. Not to reject, not to attach. If your understanding is right, your action will also be less and less mistake.
Can we abandon those things which does not arise at the present moment, which is the latent tendency or Anusaya in this life?
Please say again.
I want to ask if can we abandon those which does not arise at the present moment? I want to ask about the Anusaya, this latent tendency.
To appear very, very soft attachment, to appear soft attachment, we need to do more and more good deeds. Doing good deeds is removing the strong attachment. If you are making donation, if you are keeping precept, if you are listening to Buddha teaching, if you are meditating, there will be no strong attachment. The more you do like this, in this way, you can understand very soft attachment. Strong attachment are easy to understand and easy to remove, easy to control. Very soft attachment are difficult to understand and difficult to remove. To understand that soft attachment or anuttaya kileta, you must do good deeds more and more. You must try to do good deeds all the time. In this way, that soft attachment will appear. But you must also detach to that attachment. If you obey that attachment, it will still remain. You must try to detach. Now you want to eat something, or you must try not to obey your desire. It is easy. You want to sit down, but you don't obey your desire. The more you do good deeds, the more you will understand very soft attachment. In this way, you must also solve that problem by doing good deeds. By doing good deeds only, with right understanding. If you are not doing good deeds, you cannot remove even strong attachment. If we are living in human society, we are living most of the time we are living in strong attachment. When we do good deeds, making donation, keeping precept can prevent strong attachment. If there is strong attachment, you cannot do good deeds. If you can do good deeds, you can remove strong attachment. But to understand soft attachment, you must try to do good deeds all the time. And in this way, the desire, the feeling appear in your mind, not to continue anymore, on suspicion about your action, or a lot of self-attachment will appear. At that time, you must try to detach with right understanding. If you can solve with right understanding, it will never appear. If you cannot solve in the right way, it will appear again and again. Because of strong attachment, it is very difficult for us to do good deeds. If you can also do good deeds, it is difficult to do all the time. It is difficult because of self-attachment, because of attachment and wrong understanding. That's why if you continue doing good deeds on and on, there will be no wrong understanding and no attachment. Without attachment and without wrong understanding, mind is very powerful. Mind is free and powerful and perfect, complete, because of attachment and wrong understanding. Mind is unstable. Mind is not free from desire. Mind is not peaceful because of wrong understanding and attachment. I don't understand your question. You mean to stop mental action? Yes. We must try to stop all mental action. But it is what we do. Original action of Nama and Yupas cannot stop. What we need to stop is what we do. We think, we feel happy, we feel sorry, we feel worry. That is our action. That action can be stopped. If you cannot stop your mental action, you cannot control your mind. To be able to control your mind, you must be able to stop your action, to stop all your mental action. Most of our mental action are because of wrong understanding. If there is no wrong understanding, there will be no mental action. There will be no karma, just doing only. Stopping mental action and
is same as mind control.
Mind control.
Yeah.
We are also controlling our mind, but that action is not enough. We are controlling our body, we are controlling our mind, but what we are doing is not effective. Only when we can do limitless good deeds, with the power which can do limitless good deeds, it is possible to control our mind. Our mind want to do anything. That's why to do limitless good deeds all the time, our mind will not allow us to do like this. That's why to be able to do good deeds all the time, we must make against our desire. If we can make against our own desire, there will be no desire. If we obey our desire, there will be more and more desire. We cannot stop directly our mental action. We cannot stop directly. That's why we need to change our work for doing good deeds. We must use our physical, oral and mental action in doing more and more good deeds. And then, in this way, we will be able to use our normal physical and oral action. And then when we can abandon our normal physical and oral action, we must also try again to abandon physical, oral and mental action for doing good deeds. Yes.
Like for a simple people like us who are not strong in meditation practice and not very good and we're not stable, for your personal opinion, do you think when we are faced with the situation of our normal life or daily lives, because we're not in the sometimes feel like that, do you believe that if we remove ourselves from the situation, it's better for our practice, or when we face with the difficult situations, we should try our best to practice, but sometimes it's very hard when we're living in our daily lives, where we have not the Dhamma brothers and sisters, but the outside world, society. So do you believe we should actually remove ourselves from this group of people, or we should actually take them as a good practice, because which one actually you believe will improve us? It's like when we face with the society that give us a hard time, when we're trying to practice like Dhamma, and we are not that stable yet. You believe it's better to remove ourselves from that situation, or we should really encounter the situation to really progress in our Dhamma practice?
In the beginning, you should remove, but later you must try to face the situation. Both are necessary in each situation. You cannot choose only one. You must choose both situations. You must try not to forget the right understanding in both situations. All are necessary to use in the right time. If you cannot remember the right understanding in your daily life, you must try to abandon from your daily life. In this way, if you have strong power to understand the right understanding, to remember the right understanding, you must go back to your daily life and try again. Not to forget, to be able to do only, to experience only, without attachment to the situation. All situations are to use only. Because of wrong understanding, we cannot use. Because of attachment, we cannot use in the right way. The real meditation is trying to use all the situation in the right way, using only, experiencing only, knowing only. I also try like this. That's why I understand there's way to do like this. Because you are not practicing alone. You can get the help of other Dhamma friend, and also you can get my help also. In this way, it is possible. If you have to practice alone, it is impossible. But you are not practicing alone. That's why it is possible. This is right understanding. If you practice with right understanding, you can overcome all difficulty. Not to lose right understanding is important. You must practice on and on. But the most important is not to lose right understanding. If there is wrong understanding, there will be attachment. If there is attachment, your action will not be doing only. Whatever you happen, it will not be experiencing only. Whatever you know, it will not be knowing only. If you are knowing with attachment, if you are doing with attachment, you are not in the right way. To believe in right understanding is very important. We used to believe in someone, we used to believe in Buddha. It is not enough. To believe in right understanding, to use right understanding is very important. But we are not used to do like this. That's why we must try. What is happening at the present time is not important. What will happen in future is also not important. Not to forget right understanding is important. Whatever happens, to experience only, to do only, not to reject, not to attach. That right understanding is very powerful. If you use that understanding, you can solve all problems. What we must try is not to happen wrong understanding anymore. That's why we must use right understanding. If there is right understanding, there will be no wrong understanding. If there is no right understanding, there will be wrong understanding. Wrong understanding. Wrong understanding. Wrong understanding. Wrong understanding. Wrong understanding.